But it seems we've become a nation of text maniacs, and that love affair is forecast to grow even stronger tonight. Australians are expected to beep in the new year with more messages to friends and loved ones than ever before. About 10 times a day, I would think.
Some days a dozen times a day, more.
I don't know, geez, maybe 10, 15 times a day, probably.
Wherever we are, whatever we're doing, and whatever our age, it seems these days we're all doing it.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm a bit of a text fiend. Text quite often.
Particularly the short phrases like you for you and R for R. So you're really hip and cool then? I'd like to think so.
Contact your friends, and it's cheap.
I think the younger, the faster the thumb. They seem to be in constant communication with themselves, and if they're not talking, they're texting.
In fact, technology guru Charlie Brown says text messaging has become so popular, it's now a health hazard.
If you text too frequently and you're pushing too hard on the keys, you can get soreness of the thumb.
And especially on a night like New Year's Eve, it's our thumbs that do most of the talking. Mobile phone users are expected to beep in 2008 with more than 128 million messages. That's up 26 million on last New Year's Eve. And that means, at premium rates, the networks will make more than $33 million. And that's just for text messaging.
With Telstra alone, 17 million Aussies will make a voice call. More than 335,000 will take a picture message.
And then there's the latest phone fad. Tens of thousands
of video calls will be made. Happy New Year!
Yeah. And with so much mobile phone activity, the networks always struggle to keep up.
Back in 2002, Telstra customers sent around 11 million text messages, and tonight we expect around 53 million text messages will be sent, so they'll be smashing all records.
But Telstra's Peter Taylor says this year they're ready.
So this year we've boosted capacity across our mobile phone networks, put in hundreds of additional staff to make sure the messages get through as quickly as possible at midnight.
There's a whole plethora of ways that you can communicate: picture, video, text. If you want to communicate with someone, there is no excuse not to do it these days.
So when the clock strikes 12 tonight, the first thing most of us will do is this.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Quickly followed, though, by this.
I just want to wish you well. I just want to wish you well.
Good start to the year for the phone companies. Belinda Russell on Australia's text mania. And the phone companies say although your messages may take a little longer than usual tonight, they will get through.